Okay na. May guest tayo dito. Kita na sir. Kita na, nakalive na yan sir.
Uy!
Nakalive na. Kailangan.
Nakaboto ulit si John. Ako wala naman maniwala sa akin.
Sir, bumati ka na nakalive.
Buto.
Ikaw na, ikaw. Ako na ba? Dr. BK.
Woohoo! Wave morning sa ating mga wavepreneurs, sa ating walang sawang taga-subaybay sa ating live training ngayon. And before anything else, gusto ko lang muling pakilala ang sarili ko. My real name is Victor. Hello, nawala. Ayun. But you can call me Mentor VK, Chef VK, or for the girls, you can call me anytime. Alright, so hello po, wave morning, wave evening sa mga wavepreneurs sa atin sa Korea, sa Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, sa Taiwan, UAE, Canada, Ghana, Singapore, at sa ating international and national. Nandito po ang mga taga Zamboanga, Basilan, Tawi-Tawi, Iloilo, Ormoc, Bacolod, Bulacan, Tacloban, sa mga taga Cagayan de Oro, hi po. Davao, Bataan, Cavite, Batangas, Manila, and Nueva Ecija, Laguna, of course. So, sobrang excited po ako ngayon sa araw na to kasi na-miss natin yung taon to. Sobrang pogi. Busy po siya sa pagpapalaki ng Wave Health and Wellness International and National. Yun. Na-miss po natin siya. Ang ating, hindi ko na po papatagalin, ang ating Mr. Awesome President, our Chief Activation Officer, Mr. Ian Barcelona! Woo!
Wave morning, wave afternoon, wave evening, wave nation. And of course, sa lahat ng mga nakikinig sa atin, mga Korea, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Taiwan, UAE, Canada, Ghana, Singapore, Zamboanga. Uy, Zamboanga to. Walang Zamboanga sa Pilipinas. Kulang ng Imiandong. Zamboanga, Basilan, Tawi-Tawi, Iloilo, Cebu, Ormoc, Bacolod, Bulacan, Tacloban, CDO. Hindi po cash delivery online. COD pala. Davao, Bataan, Cavite, Batangas, Nueva Ecija, Laguna, to the Wave Nation. Magandang lalaki po ako sa inyong lahat. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. And yes, I missed this. I've been out doing AIB training at the same time, presenting Wave to our audiences. At salamat naman po sa Diyos. May mga feelings tayo kasi very legitimate, authentic, at puro po ang puso ng Wave. That is to help people as we introduce this revolutionary business. And I'd like to take this opportunity as we revive the activation nights. So in short, hindi po ako madalas dito sa opisina, kaya patawarin niyo po ako. I'm always out doing talks and trainings, presenting waves here and there and everywhere. Kaya I miss this. So I'll take this opportunity for a short, quick activation night, especially about leadership. Kasi po, with Wave Health and Wellness, we don't just train entrepreneurs. Wavepreneurs are also wave leaders. So leaders actually attract fellow leaders, and leaders produce leaders as well. So allow me to share tonight, at medyo informal, upo na lang po ako dahil tinatamad ako. Hindi. Dahil gusto ko mas relax, parang talk show lang. Dapat talaga may mic. Pwede bang wala? Kasi hihina eh, no? Alright, hi, hello, ba't wala akong nakikita ng response? Ah, di ba? Live to, di ba? Hi, live. Okay, kilala niyo sa live. Okay, so, ayan po. Ayan, nilapit na. So, nakikita niyo mas kagwapuan ko, di ba? Ash, thank you. Ongoing pa rin po ang ating Wow Wave of Wellness at kabubukas lamang sa Cebu. Congratulations to our ever hardworking CEO, Managing Director. Palakpakan po natin, Dr. John. Kasama ang ating napaka-genius din, VP for Business Development, Sir Chester Rosales. Yes! Congratulations din. Recent success sa Bacolod at Iloilo, Gidya, kasama ang napakagandang first lady ng Wave, si VP Ma'am Clau and si Junior Clark Mountain. Nag-launch sila last week, no? Dito rin sila nag-lunch. Ang daming kain, puro kaon, gid. Tapos, puro kayo kain nun, ha? Kasama pala si Kuya Russell, di ba? Hani po, pabiyahe-biyahe na lang, oh. Di ba? And next week, we're going to, di ba? We're going to anyone Korean, okay? I was instrumental to introduce Wade there to our Wadepreneurs when I went there last April, and of course I'll be excited to also meet and visit our GIL family in Korea. So, huwag na po natin patagalin pa. We would like to maximize everybody's time and allow me to share with you some key points on becoming an awesome leader, because that's also my brand. As a professional speaker, trainer, and teacher, I teach leadership to different audiences, all walks of life. Sa lahat po ng nanonood, stay tuned and you're gonna learn. So, first and foremost, when we talk about leadership, so start na po tayo. Let's begin the start. Sa napakaraming audience ko sa office, ang dami nyo, thank you! Umabot tayo hanggang labas, no? Nakita nyo, 5 yung pumalakpak kasi mas marami ang nanonood live. Alright, so, dahil busy-busy pa ang mga mentors at leaders natin, expanding our business, providing more opportunities, we bring your wave of success. So first, let us have a leadership review. What is leadership? Two of my most favorite definitions came from two world gurus or experts. The first one is from Peter Drucker, the father of American management. Others consider him to be the man who invented management. Isa po sa pinaka-great minds, one of the greatest minds of the modern time, studying management and leadership. According to him, leadership is lifting a person's vision to higher heights. So, lifting a person's, let me complete the statement first, the quote first. Lifting a person's vision to higher heights, building personality beyond its normal limitations. Two of the most important ingredients of leadership, on leadership, is vision and personality. Personality and vision. Ang unang tanong lagi is, do you have the vision of a leader? Do you see things, foresee things enough more than the ordinary foresight of other people? Because as leaders, you've got to have a bigger, a higher forecast, a foresight of things in order to have a better forecast of things to come. So, anong vision mo? Recently, I've learned, though it's already in the concept, in the context, but I've learned a powerful principle from a great mentor leader, Sir Rene Gonzalez. Tama yung sabi niya sa akin. Ang opportunity daw nandiyan na sa paligid. The question is, do you have the vision for that opportunity? Wow! Totoo naman po. So parang sa leadership, anyone could, or others, or many would want to be a leader or leaders, but they lack the vision on it, or in it as well. So when you lead, if you're entrusted with a position, power, the question is, do you have the vision for it? Do you have the vision for them, for your people, constituency? In our case, Wade Health and Wellness, do you have the vision for your network, for your team? Kasi unless you're a visionary, hindi mo makikita yung bigger to the biggest picture of all. Kailangan mas malawak ang bato ng pananaw mo, mas malawak ang perspective mo as a leader. Ibig sabihin, kung nakikita ng ibang ganito, mas may nakikita ka mas malaking oportunidad o pagkakataon. And leaders are problem solvers. So pag may problema, kaya mo solusyonan, maraming paraan. And you know what? People are naturally attracted to those who are knowledgeable, yung bang madiskarte, mahusay, kayang solbahin o resolbahin ng isang bagay o problema. So, do you have a vision? Or are you even a visionary? Are you visionary enough to foresee things, to forecast things? Sabi ni Peter Drucker, vision and then personality. So, pwede pala, very powerful for me. I've been teaching and sharing this for almost 2 decades already. Since I started my teaching and speaking career. You may have the vision, but if you lack the personality, kulang. Hindi kompleto ang ingredients. So it's like the left and the right, the balance of things. Di ba naman, pwede may personality ka, may have the charisma, the charm, the natural attractiveness from people. But if you lack the vision, hindi rin mangyayari. So, people won't follow you or they may follow you initially to a certain point, phase or degree or stage. Pero kapag hindi mo na-sustain yung vision na yan at hindi nila nakita yung bigger picture, hindi nila na-capture, worse, even if they have captured it, they have not embraced, they didn't take in the process, hindi magtatagal ang leadership mo and the entire network or organization will suffer. Lifting a person's vision to higher sight. So, God created us to be visionary, to see farther, further, and bigger and brighter things. And then, sabi niya, building personality. So, building personality is the never-ending pursuit, discovery, rediscovery of our potentials, our skills, our gifts, our talents, beyond its normal limitations. Ang favorite illustration ko lagi dyan, yung rubber band. Ang rubber band, yung mga bata tayo, lahat po tayo naglaro niyan, di ba? Parang ang dami mong pwedeng gawin, regardless of gender, pwedeng gawin Chinese garter yan, o aminin, di ba? Kahit lalaki ng Chinese garter mo. At doon pa lang pwedeng alam na rin, may potential na yung iba. Depende sa sigaw, nadapa o na-step, na-touch. Pero huwag tayo doon, ha? Ano tayo, gender sensitive, equality daw. On the other hand, kasi sinasabi po natin, ang rubber band, maliit siya, di ba? Seemingly. Pero ano ang primary feature or characteristic na feature niya? Is that you can expand it, you can create something out of it or in it, into it, unless or until you execute your creativity towards that thing, hindi mo malalaman yung potential niya, di ba? Form tayo, no? Mentor BK. Kung paano naglaro ka ba dati ng rubber band, dami-gamit yan, pwede kang mag-form ng, nung panahon namin, Voltes 5, Spider-Man, parol, di ba? Ngayon, pwede mo gamitin sa mga bully mong kaibigan, kaklase, o pag natalo yung team mo, ipangitira mo sa kanila. Okay, iiyak na yun, magsusubo na sa namin yan, lagot ka. Alright, so, the primary feature is something elastic. It's something flexible. So, ang personality ng leader is built or being built over a period of time. Hindi ka naman perfect agad. But as you continue to lead, you grow with your people, you discover yung mga kaya mong gawin at hindi mo rin kayang gawin. So, parang tayong rubber band. But we need to stretch it. We need to stretch ourselves in order to reach our potential as leaders. And, kagaya ng rubber band, very flexible siya. At powerful po itong quote na madalas kong sabihin. Sabi po, blessed are the flexible, they will never bend out of shape. Wow. Blessed are the flexible, they will never bend out of shape. So, in short, ang taong flexible, madaling pakibagayan, kayang makibagay, ang leader na flexible, kaya niya magpasunod, mag-inspire, mag-influence ang tao kasi napaka-flexible niya. When we talk about flexibility, yung character mo, yung adjacent behavior at attitude mo is good enough para maka-adapt and all walks of life kaya mo mapasama at mapasunod. That's the power of flexibility. And by the way, let me qualify and take this opportunity. Yung iba po tend to misuse or confuse the concept. Iba ang flexibility sa versatility. Ang flexible, kahit sa kadalhin, ano daw ang kainin mo, ano ang weather, ang environment, swak ka. Ang flexibility pertains to skill. Flexibility pertains to talents or skills. So, if you combine both, na flexible at versatile ka, wow, I believe you're gonna last as a leader. So when you talk about personality, you talk about flexibility and versatility. So, adaptive ka, adjacent ka, you're always willing to adjust. At the same time, you are also willing to accept things, especially when you receive feedbacks or comments, even criticisms alike. It builds your personality that eventually strengthen your character and your resolve as a leader. So vision plus personality are the two foundational traits of a leader and the process of leadership. And what is leadership? Leader is a noun, tama ba? Okay, pag nagkaroon ng ship, so bangka, barko. So it becomes a suffix, so it is the process of becoming a leader. Tanong, can anyone lead? Can anyone become a leader? Be a leader? Yes. But which comes first? Diba? Are leaders born or made? Sabi sa mga seminars ko, sabi niba, made. No, born. Born, if you were born in a monarchical setting, in a monarchy, so automatic heir to the throne, parang sa business din. COO, child of the owner, sa succession. Leaders are born, they are made. Sabi nung iba, sabi along the way, process. Pero para sa akin, leaders are born first. Kailangan ipanganak ka muna. Hindi, they are made first. Dapat gawin muna ng parents to come up with the best product, di ba? Makuha mo yung traits, yung genes ng parents mo, ang eventually na environment ng school, ng corporate, ng business, ng community mo. So that's the foundation of leadership. And then, the second most powerful definition for me is the classic. Everything rises and falls on leadership by my uncle. By the way, ninong ko si Peter Drucker, uncle ko si John Maxwell. Ang tawag doon, wishful thinking. Okay, pangarap. Pilingero lang po ko, Philenians. Kasi I was meant, wow. Pag magaling, ang tawag ko siya, pag magaling ang anak, kasi you refer to the parents. I call it parental leadership. Leadership at home, it starts and begins at home. So pag mahusay ang magulang, mahusay ang puno, mahusay ang bunga. Pag magaling ang isang club, school organization, professional organization, magaling ang leader or the collective leadership, the board, the committee. Pag magaling ang city, city, mag-utso. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pag magaling ang syudad, ang isang urbanidad, ang isang community, magaling ang mga leaders, ang mayor, kapitan. Magaling ang bansa, magaling ang mga president, ang congress, lahat po. So collective, hindi lamang sa isang tao. Because nobody leads alone, nobody can lead alone. It's a collective effort and process, but it starts in you. So, pag mahusay, pag hindi mahusay, it falls on you, under you, the responsibility, the accountability. So, sa iyo ang credit, highs and lows. And I take this opportunity also, I've learned from another great speaker, preacher, who by the way is my brother, Brother Alvin Barcelona. Sabi niya, if everything rises and falls on leadership, I've learned from him, leadership rises and falls on character. Wow. Galing, di ba? So, babalik sa character, sa integrity mo, not perfection, pero yung wholeness mo as a leader. So, that's it to my most powerful, fundamental, or foundational definitions of leadership. And quickly, I would just like to share with you some points on becoming an awesome leader. And I only have some 3 points here, okay, to share. Alright, are you ready? Mukhang nasi-sense ko may nagtitake down notes. Yung iba nagtitake down ng sinusubot kinakain. Yung iba naman down kayo ngayon, later on will be up. Okay, yung iba naman nagpapasign up na rin, mga wave distributors. So first principle of becoming an awesome leader, tatlo lamang po, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Wait, ba? Okay, number 1, it's an inside job. Leadership is an inside job. So, if you want to be a leader, you've got to work on something into yourself. First, look inside of you. What do you have? What are the givens in your life? Your strengths, your weaknesses. your traits, your special body features. Madalas ko pong sabihin na it's part of the design by the great designer. Whatever you have, be it seemingly an infirmity, akala mo a weakness, can actually turn into a strength, can be a potential for something or into something. At lahat po tayo, we are all uniquely created. So we have something that others don't have. Maaring may konting commonality but not exact similarity. Madalas po namin sabihin mga motivational speakers, awesome team dito po sa Way, is kapag hindi mo nagawa o hindi mo na-push to pinurso yung talent, yung God-gifted, God-given talent or skill mo, you are depriving the world of your contribution because that is your shared value. You share your value to the world by doing your job, you work excellently well, by being an excellent entrepreneur, an excellent and awesome parent. So, balik ka sa sarili mo. It's an inside job. You work something inside of you. Lahat naman po tayo, we are a work in progress. Tama si Dr. Jim Rohn, another great mind, sabi, a business-like philosopher. Sabi niya, work harder on yourself than on your job. And the greatest business of all is the business of individual, personal development, which is the never-ending journey of life. As long as we live, we learn. However, yung iba naman po, they're supposed to learn, they are not applying their learning. It doesn't lead them to action. Sabi ni Jim Rohn also, knowledge should not only lead you to learning, it should lead you to the right and proper action. So it's an inside job. Magsulat ka, identify ka, mag-review ka, mag-self-assessment ka. Ano ang meron ka, anong kulang sa'yo, anong dapat mong gawin, anong kaya mong gawin. It's an inside job. Every day you look deep, you reflect, sabi pa ng psychology, introspection, and of course, may spiritual foundation din yan, you ask yourself, you reflect, and then eventually you connect to the ultimate leader. I connect to my ultimate leader, to my God, to lead me, to guide me. It's always an inside job. It's a never-ending process that it's within you. It's sometimes though, if we have life's top questions, most challenging questions, pivotal questions, the answer lies within, deep inside of us. And through wisdom and discernment, it will be revealed along the way. So that's the first process. It's an inside job. It's the daily process of change, of improving. And by the way, when you talk about change, hindi naman kaagad malaki yan. Gradually, process, we change slowly but surely, but you need not be slower. You need not be really literally slow, but you are improving every day getting better. It has to get better every day. Kaya sabi rin ng scriptures, we are being renewed day by day. So powerful your renewing of the mind, heart, and soul. So this is the first principle. Leadership is an inside job. Then, in connection to that context, after working on something within yourself, now leadership becomes an inside-out job. It has become a manifestation, a reflection of what you feel, what you have, what you believe inside of you. Yan ang sasabihin mo sa mga tao mo, yan ang ituturo mo, yan ang pinapasa mo sa iba. Kaya careful po tayo mga leaders kasi we don't know because people are looking up to us, people are following us. Literal, yung iba, they copy us, especially as parents. Lalo na po yung children ages 1 to 5, okay, na nagpo-promil and pag-grow, similar, hindi na yung S21, mahal na yung pang-baby. Graduate na po ako doon. Alam niyo po, totoo, children are like, absorbent cottons. Kasi talagang they literally copy what you say, what you do, ganon, at yung creative genius nila, doon pala nagsisimula. So we better watch how we conduct ourselves, our lives. And sometimes, ang compromise po ng mga leaders, most of us are guilty, is that minsan magaling tayo the way we say things, pero do we follow through that? Mas malakas ang sinisigaw ng buhay mo kaysa sa sinasabi mo. Action speaks louder than verbs. Hindi, verb action word na yun. than words. At madalas kong punchline, it's only words. And words are all I have to take your heart away. Diba? Wow. Diba? Voice song yun, diba? Version nila, 90s po ako, batang 90s. Available na pala yun by BPB Chibledo. Batang 90s, pasok ko ha. Okay, available na po yan by Cycom at sa mga bookstores. So, parang ba natin? Dito sa way, yung mga leaders, mga authors po ito. Ako na lang kulang. Alabas na, lapit na. Okay. So, balik tayo. From inside job to inside out. Wow! What's inside of you will naturally come out of you. So, kung anong nilalaman ng loob mo, ng kalooban mo, sa aloobin mo, naiisip mo, yan ang sinasabi mo. Kaya yung sinasabing, ay, nadulas ako, or it just showed up. Yes, because what comes around goes around. What goes around comes around. Walang nadulas ka, walang aksidente. It has been lingering inside of you. Naganap lang ng conduit ng proper output ng pagkakataon. Kailan mo ilalabas ang thought, ang idea. Kung nadulas ka, nakapagmura kami na sabi ka magandang idea. Lahat yan naghihintay kasi nasa loob natin. So, ibig sabihin, sa proseso ng pagbabago ng kalooban, pagkatao sa loobin, nasa proseso din tayo ng paglalabas ng mga nalalaman na nakikita natin. People act naturally what they feel, what they have inside. Kaya sa renewing of the mind, sa power ng mindsetting, ng conditioning, totoo yun eh. Jigo eh, garbage in, garbage out. So, order in, order out. Parang ano nito, parang fast food. Kasi ito restaurant mo. So, if you put order into your mind, you do order into your life. Diba? Pag naglagay ka, nag-feed ka, feed your mind, nag-feed ka ng mga learnings, ng mga intellectual enhancement, ng business coaching, ng financial development, you master waves presentation, our different opportunities for success in doing business, naturally lalabas sa iyo yan. And people would love following leaders who are growing bigger than themselves. Ibig sabihin, nakikita nila na may cause ka, may greater reason ka to lead, at ikaw mismo, you master your own craft. So, inside-out process, you mirror things, you mirror people, you mirror process. By first, inside-out, by anchoring into it. So, medyo NLP po ito. Anchoring and mirroring. So, ibig sabihin, di ba, when we talk to people, when you relate, bakit barkada mo ang barkada mo, you share common interest. You love on the same things. You love adventures. So, ganun din. And whether we like it or not, kahit sa barkadahan, may leaders yan. May mga magagaling ma-influensya dyan. May mga demanding at dominant dyan. Pero hindi po laging sign ng leadership yan. Pero let's face the fact, talaga may nagpapasunod at may tagasunod. Sabi nga sa politics the world is just divided into two, between the governor and the governed, between the leader and the constituents. So, it's an inside-out process. As we grow daily, as we develop daily, we continue to develop people as well. And by the way, mas maganda po that as you are being trained, mentor, and develop, isabay mo, you share it to others. Hindi mo alam, unti-unti, marami ka rin nag-develop sa Christian term. Yeah, may nag-disciple ka na, may mga mentees ka na, di ba? Being a mentor. So remember, it's an inside-out process. Whatever you put inside of your body, your mind, your heart, what you feel, the things that you read, you see, you watch, you learn, automatically sinishare mo sa iba. First, inside out. First is an inside job. Work harder on yourself. Then it's an inside out thing. You share the knowledge, experience. You teach people, you guide them, you mentor them. And then, if it's an inside out, an inside job, inside out, then eventually, the things that you do to others, the things that you do to your network, in doing this business, in parenting, in leading, in teaching, eventually, or will go back to you naturally, goes back to you naturally. So lahat ng ginagawa mo is a form of sowing or investing. That's the rule of life, and that's the natural law. Tinanim mo, babayin ng bagyo. Sa tubig, global warming, climate change. Seriously, pag tinanim mo, yun ang tutubo, yun ang aanihin mo. nagtanim ka ng mabuti ng pakikitungo sa kapwa, babalik sa iyo ang maganda pakikitungo ng kapwa. And as leadership, you work on something inside of yourself, and it's an inside-out thing. You share, you train, you develop, you mentor. Lagi mong tatanungin ang sarili mo, go back to your purpose. What is the purpose of leading? Why am I doing this? That's your deeper, bigger, and higher why. Bakit mo ginagawa ito? And allow me to end on the 3 I's, letter I. The leadership is I and we and I. Tanungin mo lagi yung sarili mo, why am I doing this thing? So the first I is, the purpose of leadership is to inspire. Well, a person who is inspiring is basically a person who is informing, informative, knowledgeable. Leaders are expected to be knowledgeable. Pero ang ultimate goal ng leadership is not only to inform. Parang sa communication, you may be informing but you are not connected. Diba? Yes, basic yun. Kailangan alam mo ang ginagawa mo, alam mo bakit mo ginagawa yun. But the question is, are you inspiring enough? Ask yourself. Pag minsan parang feeling mo, kulang na ng drive, low moral ng tao mo, hindi ka na sinusunod, naputol yung level ng influence mo kasi nagkulang ka na ng inspiration. Alright? And by the way, let me take this opportunity. Yung iba, they are being inspiring. Kasi lagi sila nagkikwento, nagbibida tungkol sa sarili nila. Remember siya sa portion, sabihin na natin a big percentage. But you talk about people, not just about yourself. You share the successes of others. Learn also from others, be it mistakes and failures. Ganun din, i-share mo rin yung humanity mo, human side mo. But not always about you. Alright, hindi ikaw ang sun, ang center ng universe. Ano ka lang, sa solar system, hindi ikaw ang araw. But, you will have to shine the light in you. There to radiate that leadership inspiration in you in order to enlighten others. Yan. Okay? Yes, you may be the sun, but the world doesn't have to evolve around you alone. Okay? Hindi lang ikaw ang laging bida, tama. Leadership is influence. Leaders are influencers. It starts with inspiration. Are you inspiring enough to influence others? That's the first step to influence, inspiration. As I often say, leaders are either inspiring or expiring. Yun. So, tinignan mo yung katabi mo ngayon, kasama mo nakikinig, tingnan mo, expiring ba to or inspiring? Alright, okay lang, if at times we expire, like passion, it can be renewed daily. Sometimes, pahinga, break, or you also derive energy from others. So, the purpose of leadership is to inspire. The next I is the first I. Second is to influence. Ayan na. Yung inspiration, pasok dyan ang information, ang story, ang cause, ang why. Ang influence ngayon, ito na yung command, ito na yung demand. So, kapag hindi mo napasunod ang tao mo o napagawa mo yung dapat nilang gawin, then your influence is questionable. Madalas ko sabihin, and I've also learned in leadership, leadership is authority. Leadership is responsibility. Remember, be authoritative, but do not be authoritarian. Magkaiba yun. Authoritative is asserting your authority, your mandate, your trust, pinili ka nila. But being authoritarian is totally domineering, parang dictatorship na rin yan. Wala tayong pag-usapang politics dito. Ha? Business tayo, business of life. Alright? So be authoritative, parang parents. Sabi daw sa parenting, befriend your children, correct. But not too much. Kasi kung masyado ka nilang friend, baka makalimutan nilang parents kanila. Just like other friends, they can dispose you. You're not. You cannot be disposed. Correct? So you assert your authority. Relationship-wise, I'm your parent, but also a good friend, able to listen and understand and accept you. So ganun din, sa organizational leadership, sa network, business development natin, you assert authority kasi ang tao naghahanap ng guidance, naghahanap ng direction. Assert authority, make things happen, allow them to do it. Sometimes, you command, alright? Yes, and eventually, you can also demand, lalo na pag accountability, especially when people are paid to do it. Sa business naman natin, hindi tayo employees, but as independent distributors and leaders, producing leaders, they must learn to be demanding. Number one, of themselves, commitment, time, discipline, blueprint for success. Yung tinuturo ng ating mga mentors dito. Then, your influence will expand. Your influence transcends your position. Yung influence mo, papasok yan ngayon doon sa leverage mo. Uy, kaya sila makakapagpa-pay in ng bagong distributors kahit sa iba't ibang industry, insurance, medical, basta anything about sales, marketing. Sumasali sila sa mga grupo kung sino yung magaling ang leader. Alright? So that's influence. And last, so the first is inspiration, to inspire. Next is influence, to be influential. And eventually, last but not the least, is to impact. Yan na. So, ang measurement ng impact is when people started delivering, yun yung influence pala, napamove mo sila, inspiration, napaintindi mo, influence, napagalaw mo sila. Ang impact, higit pa sa inaasahan mo, yung kaya nilang gawin o ibalik. Halimbawa, ang impact, ang isang leader, dahil naging influential, inspirational siya. Ang impact, kung kaya mo lang, kung kaya niya lang din ng leader na yun, o you thought, being the immediate leader, superior, kaya niya na mag-deliver ng 5, magdala ng 5, pero yung impact na kaya niyang gawin, hindi pa pala sa 5. So, ibig sabihin, ang impact is nahihigitan mo, una, nagawa mo yung dapat mong gawin, at nahihigitan mo pa yung kaya mong gawin. You run the distance, you run the extra mile, you go beyond and deliver what's expected of you. Minsan naman, ang impact measurement, literal, may isang tao kang napabago ang buhay, may isang tao nagbago ang pananaw direction, that's already impact. Napagawa mo yung negosyo and ultimately, nagbago ang buhay niya. That's impact. Sometimes, ang impact hindi kailangan sobrang dami. 1 will produce 10, 10 will produce 20, so the multiplying, the duplicity, multiplication effects, exponential growth, kaya na multi-level yung market to those different levels of spheres of influences, of networks, of people. Marami tayo niyan, lahat tayo meron yan. So impact is nagbago ang buhay, impact is nadagdagan ng pera sa bulsa, gumanda ang lifestyle, discipline, hindi lang pera, may tamang prinsipyo, pananaw. Impact, yung ginagawa niya ngayon, gusto niya rin mangyari sa iba. Because leaders make things happen. Leaders move people. Leaders inspires many. Leaders teach people to run the distance, go the extra mile. So, allow us to recap. Number 1 is an inside job. Number 2 is an inside-out thing. Number 3, leadership is sowing and reaping. Leadership is expecting back what you just invested, time, effort, money, resources. Thus, along the way or in between those journey or process, you inspire, that's your ultimate purpose, you influence people, you measure and you see the impact of what you do kapag nagtuloy-tuloy yan. That's also the principle of success. Sabi, success without a successor is a failure. So leadership, success is a continuing thing. As long as we need to pursue success, we need to lead, we need to be excellent, we need to deliver. We journey in this life. We are all created by God to be leaders, to have dominion over the sphere of influence, the business He has entrusted us to us as stewards. Then magugulat ka sa impact mo. And allow me to end by sharing a quick story. Alam niyo po, magpo 14 years o 15 years na po yata akong motivational speaker, though at the age of 20, I started speaking, teaching, and training. Talagang pinanganak po akong madaldal. So nauna po yata ang bibig, sumunod ang katawan. Kumbaga sa biro, ako po ay tao na pinanganak na bibig, sumunod ang katawan. Seriously, I acknowledge that gift. Alam niyo po, hindi ko po akalain na magiging influential ako sa mga new generation speakers and trainers now. I don't want to mention names, pero sila po ang nagsasabi, they validated what I'm doing, na because of the inspiration and the impact upon hearing me, or after they've heard me years back, even a decade back. Nagtayo na rin sila ng mga consulting firm, nag-i-speak na rin sila. And I'm seeing them on Facebook, mas marami rin sila nakuha ko, and I'm happy for them. So that's the ultimate call of leadership. helping others become better people and even better than you. That's the ultimate legacy of leadership. Pag nawala ka na, kung parent ka, parental leadership, family leadership, mas magiging mahusay sa'yo ang mga anak mo someday. That's the parents' ultimate wish. Kung leader ka, pag isang araw na palitan ka na, piniprepare mo yung susunod sa'yo, dapat mas mahusay sa'yo. Kung pareho lang kayo, irrelevant yun. Sana hindi ka nang pinalitan. But all of us will expire. All of us will stay in the position. Diba? For life. Wala pong forever sa posisyon, pero may forever sa impact. May forever sa legacy. So, that's it. We only live once. Let us live awesome. We only lead once in this life. Let us be the most awesome leader we could ever be. At sa business po ng Wade Health and Wellness, this is not just about selling, distributing, recruiting. This is a leadership development business. The most successful network marketers, direct sellers, distributors are those who are able to leverage their leadership. Inspire, influence, impact, lead awesome, work daily on ourselves, and every day we must get better and better. God bless you all. Stay awesome. This is your CAO, Chief Activation Officer, President, saying, keep on bringing ways of success to many people. God bless you.